Most American homeowners in their 50s and 60s will walk past every single one of these plants this spring, trimming them, planting them, decorating with them, and not one warning label will tell them that these exact plants have sent real families to real emergency rooms, not exotic imports, not jungle specimens, the ones from your own front yard, your neighbor's hedge, your grandmother's garden border, confirmed toxic by ASPCA poison control and university extension records going back decades. 12 plants. 12 hospital-level dangers hiding in the most ordinary gardens in America. And the one at number 12, the fragrance plant, on millions of American patios right now, kept it quietly off every mainstream shelf. Do not skip this. Plant number 1, Mountain Laurel. Every East Coast nursery sells it as a premium evergreen foundation shrub. Pink-white flower clusters so beautiful that most American homeowners plant it without a second thought and never look further. It grows in zones 4 through 9, full sun to part shade, well-drained acidic soil, and it looks completely harmless every single day of the year. What it never says on the nursery tag is what 50 years of plant knowledge makes impossible to ignore. Mountain Laurel carries grayanotoxin in every part: flowers, leaves, and pollen. A compound so potent that honey made by bees feeding on its blooms has caused documented poisoning cases, a phenomenon recorded as far back as Greek soldier Xenophon's campaign in 401 BC, and confirmed today by the ASPCA Toxic Plant Database. At $15 to $50, it sits in foundation beds across zones 4 through 9 with zero consumer warning at point of sale. The single most common mistake American growers make is planting it directly beside a pollinator garden or backyard beekeeping setup without knowing the honey risk exists. That mistake has sent families to emergency rooms, not from touching the plant, but from eating their own homegrown honey. The safe swap is Hydrangea. Same zones, same size, white bottlebrush blooms in spring, zero toxicity, and available at most native plant nurseries for the same price. Hydrangea gives you spring blooms, fall fire, and winter structure. Same price, same zones, zero risk to your family or your bees. Drop your state in the comments, your USDA zone changes, which safe swap performs best for you. And the plant coming next is America's most beloved ornamental shrub. And somewhere in this video is the story of a grandfather in Pennsylvania who grew mountain laurel for 20 years, never knowing the danger it carried. That story is coming. Keep watching. Plant number 2, Hydrangea. It is the single most purchased ornamental shrub in America, $10 to $40 at every garden center from Maine to California. And in zones 3 through 9, it blooms so reliably and so beautifully that most growers in their 50s and 60s have planted it 3 or 4 times across different gardens without ever reading past the care tag. Full sun to part shade, average soil, moderate water. The tag ends there. What the tag never mentions is what the ASPCA Toxic Plant Database confirms on its very first line. Hydrangea carries cyanogenic glycosides in its leaves, flowers, and buds, compounds the ASPCA confirms convert to cyanide on digestion. Yet it remains America's most beloved ornamental shrub, sold by the millions every single spring. At $10 to $40, it lines suburban driveways, front porches, and wedding gardens across every zone without a single consumer warning at point of sale. The mistake most American growers never catch is allowing children to choose stems or flower heads, which they do constantly because the blooms are handled during every outdoor gathering. That single oversight has triggered emergency poison control calls every spring season for decades. The safe swap is smooth Hydrangea, Hydrangea arborescens. Same zones, same stunning bloom size, native to Eastern North America, zero cyanogenic compounds, and available at most garden centers for the same price or less. Smooth Hydrangea is native, hardy to Zone 3, blooms all summer, zero toxicity to children or pets. Have you grown Hydrangea directly in your garden border, not in a pot? Drop it below. And the plant coming next is in virtually every American garden, and the danger is not in the flower, It is in what your hands touch every time you plant it. Plant number 3, tulip. Billions of bulbs planted every fall across America. $2 to $10 per pack. Zones 3 through 8. And the danger is not in the bloom every grower admires, but in the bulb every grower handles bare-handed every October without a second thought. What medical literature has documented for decades is something every grower who has planted tulips every fall needs to hear right now. Tulip bulbs contain tulipalin A and tulipicides compounds, confirmed by the ASPCA toxic plant database that cause licorine-related skin reactions so consistent and severe that medical literature named the condition tulip fingers, a documented occupational dermatitis affecting professional bulb handlers for generations. At $2 to $10 per pack, billions are planted annually across America, with zero dermatitis warning at point of sale. The mistake growers repeat every single fall is planting an entire bed of tulip bulbs bare-handed. Direct skin contact with the papery outer layer triggers the reaction. That repeated seasonal exposure has caused chronic skin conditions, lasting years in documented cases. The safe swap is Snapdragon, Antirrhinum majus, same vibrant spring color range, zones 4 and warmer, zero toxic compounds, and available at every garden center for the same price or less. Snapdragon gives you the same vibrant spring color across every zone with zero skin risk. Plant it with bare hands. Let your grandchildren carry the blooms inside. Zero concern. And the plant coming next does not need to be eaten to send you to the hospital. Touching it in direct sunlight is enough, and it is spreading into American yards right now entirely on its own. Plant number 4, giant hogweed. It does not arrive from a nursery. It spreads itself into American yards entirely uninvited. And in zones 3 through 9, it grows so dramatically tall and so strikingly beautiful that most homeowners assume it is an ornamental someone planted deliberately. No purchase price, no nursery tag, no care instructions, just a towering white-flowered plant appearing along fence lines and property edges every spring. And the FDA has issued a public advisory confirming what contact with its sap and sunlight actually does to human skin. Giant hogweed sap contains furanocoumarins, compounds confirmed by FDA public advisory that react with ultraviolet light on skin contact, causing severe phototoxic burns that blister, scar, and in documented cases, cause permanent sensitivity lasting months or years. It is invasive, spreads without planting, and costs nothing, which means it carries 0 point of sale warning anywhere. The single most dangerous mistake American homeowners make is cutting or brushing against it without full protective clothing, assuming any tall garden plant is safe to handle. That assumption has produced chemical burn cases serious enough to require hospital treatment across multiple states. The safe swap for the same dramatic white flower display is Queen Anne's lace, Daucus carota, native, non-toxic, same towering umbrella flower heads, and it establishes itself just as freely along yard edges, with zero chemical risk. Queen Anne's lace, same dramatic white flowers, native, non-toxic, zero chemical risk. Nobody at that garden center was ever going to warn you about giant hogweed unprompted, and that is exactly why this video exists. The plant coming next sits at child height in millions of American living rooms, and it was historically used as a punishment because of what it does to the human mouth. Plant number 5, Dieffenbachia. Top 10 best-selling houseplant in America, $10 to $35, kept indoors across every American home year-round, and so lush and tropical looking that most families place it exactly where children and pets spend the most time. Indirect light, average humidity, easy water, the tag ends there. What the ASPCA confirms, and what its own common name has been signaling for over a century, is something no houseplant buyer should discover by accident. Dieffenbachia earned its common name dumb cane from its documented historical use as a punishment. Calcium oxalate crystals in every leaf cause immediate intense oral burning, swelling, and temporary inability to speak, confirmed by the ASPCA toxic plant database. At $10 to $35, it is placed in millions of American homes at child and pet height with zero warning on the nursery label. The mistake most American families make is positioning it on a low table or floor level, where leaves are within easy reach of toddlers and pets who chew anything at their height. That single placement decision has triggered poison control calls every single year across every American state. The safe swap is Calathea orbifolia. Same stunning tropical foliage, same indoor light requirements, 0 calcium oxalate crystals, and available at most home garden centers for the same price. Calathea gives you the same lush tropical statement, same light, same humidity, 0 risk to every child and pet in your home. Did you believe Dieffenbachia was completely safe before today? Be honest in the comments. And the plant coming next drops something every autumn that every child in the neighborhood picks up thinking it is food, and it is in millions of American yards right now. Plant number 6, horse chestnut. It grows in zones 3 through 8, $20 to $80 at nurseries and home improvement stores. And it produces the most magnificent white candleflower spikes of any shade tree in the American suburban landscape. Every single spring, full sun, deep soil, moderate water. The tag says nothing more. Every autumn it drops shiny brown conkers that every child in every neighborhood collects, pockets, and carries home. And the ASPCA confirms what happens when those conkers are tasted, which children attempt every single season, without exception. Horse chestnut conkers contain esculin, a compound confirmed toxic by the ASPCA that causes vomiting, muscle twitching, and in serious cases paralysis. Yet they are visually identical to edible sweet chestnuts, a confusion documented in poison control records every single autumn across America, at $20 to $80. This tree grows in millions of American yards with 0 warning about the conker danger that arrives like clockwork. Every October, the mistake American families repeat every autumn is planting this tree without ever explaining the conker toxicity rule to children before the nuts begin falling. That seasonal oversight produces the same poison control calls every October without exception. The safe swap is sweet chestnut, Castanea sativa. Same majestic canopy, same autumn spectacle, zones 5 through 9, and it produces genuinely edible nuts your family can actually harvest and eat every season. Sweet chestnut gives you the same majestic canopy, the same autumn spectacle, and genuinely edible nuts your family can harvest every single season. 0 toxicity, 0 poison control risk. And we have not even reached number 7 yet, America's most planted perennial border flower. And almost nobody knows what its roots do to bare skin during the spring division. Every grower performs every single year. Earlier at the start of this video, I mentioned a grandfather in Pennsylvania. This is that story. He planted Mountain Laurel as a privacy hedge in his Zone 6 yard over 20 years. Never touched it, never tasted it, never had a single problem, until his neighbor's beehives began producing honey from those exact blooms. A grayanotoxin risk, documented in poisoning records stretching back to Xenophon's Greek army in 401 BC. His family recovered fully. He replaced every mountain laurel that season with Fothergilla, giving his neighbor's bees a completely safe pollen source with 0 grayanotoxin risk every spring. If you are still watching, this next plant is why I made this video, not for the algorithm, for the grower who stayed. What comes next is America's most planted perennial border flower, and almost nobody knows what its rhizome sap does to bare hands every spring. Plant number 7, iris. It is in virtually every American suburban garden border, $5 to $20 per division, zones 3 through 9, and it blooms with such reliable purple, blue elegance every spring that most growers in their 50s and 60s have divided and replanted its rhizomes bare, handed every single year for decades without a second thought. Full sun, well-drained soil, divide every few years. The tag says nothing further. What USDA Extension and the ASPCA both confirm about the rhizome sap is something every grower who has ever knelt in a spring garden bed needs to hear right now. Iris rhizomes contain irisin and other irritant compounds confirmed by both the ASPCA Toxic Plant Database and USDA Extension. Direct skin contact causes severe dermatitis and gastrointestinal irritation. serious enough to require medical attention in documented cases. At $5 to $20 per division, it is America's most replanted perennial border plant, divided and handled bare, handed by millions of growers every single spring without any nursery warning at point of sale. The mistake repeated across American gardens every year is dividing iris rhizomes without gloves. Direct prolonged skin contact with the cut rhizome surface triggers the reaction every time. That repeated seasonal exposure has caused documented chronic skin conditions in growers who divided their iris beds bare, handed for years. The safe swap is blue-eyed grass, Cicerentium angustifolium. Same purple-blue color, native to North America. Zones 3 through 9. Zero toxic compounds, and available at most native plant nurseries for the same price or less. Blue-eyed grass gives you the same purple-blue border color across zones 3 through 9. Native, non-toxic. Divide it bare-handed every spring with zero concern. And the next plant is the #1 hedge shrub sold at every major garden center across America. Its berries are toxic, its leaves are toxic. Plant number 8, Privet. The most planted hedge shrub in American suburbs, $10 to $35 at Home Depot and Lowe's right now. Zones 4 through 10, lining driveways and property boundaries across every American neighborhood. Without question, full sun to part shade. Any soil, fast growth. The tag ends there. What the USDA toxic plants list confirms about its berries and leaves, and what several state governments have already acted on, is something every homeowner with a hedge needs to know right now. Privet berries and leaves both contain ligustrin, confirmed toxic by USDA, causing vomiting, abdominal pain, and cardiovascular effects requiring hospital treatment in serious cases. At $10 to $35, it borders vegetable beds and children's play areas across millions of American yards with zero berry toxicity warning at point of sale. The most dangerous mistake is planting it directly alongside edible garden beds where toxic berries fall onto crops every autumn unnoticed. That single placement decision has produced documented poisoning cases across multiple states where privet is also listed invasive. The safe swap is Aronia. Same dense hedge, same dark berry clusters. Native zones 4 through 9, zero toxicity, and its berries are genuinely edible every season. Aronia gives you the same dense hedge structure, the same stunning dark berry display every autumn, and genuinely edible fruit your family can harvest. Native, non-invasive, zero toxicity. And the next plant is one of America's most popular fall color hedges, blazing red every October, carrying cardiac alkaloids in its bark and berries and already banned as invasive in multiple states. Plant number 9, burning bush. One of the most sold fall color shrubs in America, $15 to $50, zones 4 through 9. And every October it turns so dramatically scarlet that most homeowners plant it along property lines and children's play areas without reservation. Full sun, any soil, low maintenance. The tag says nothing further. What the ASPCA confirms about its bark and berries, and what Massachusetts and several other states have already decided, is something every grower needs to hear now. Burning bush carries alkaloids in its bark and berries confirmed by the ASPCA to cause cardiac effects, vomiting, weakness, and irregular heart rhythm in serious ingestion cases. Yet it lines children's play areas and backyard borders across millions of American yards every single season. At $15 to $50, it remains a top seller at Home Depot and Lowe's despite being listed as an invasive species, banned in Massachusetts, and restricted in several other states. The mistake most American homeowners make is planting it as a play area border or property line hedge, where berries fall directly into spaces children occupy daily. That placement has produced documented poisoning cases and invasive spread across multiple eastern states every single year. The safe swap is Sweet Spire, EDA virginica, same blazing fall color, native to eastern North America, zones 5 through 9, zero alkaloids, and actively beneficial to native pollinators every season. Sweet Spire gives you the same blazing fall color across zones 5 through 9, native, non-invasive, zero cardiac risk, and actively feeding your pollinators every summer. And the next plant produces white berries that look exactly like winter candy to every child who sees them. And poison control receives calls about it every single season without exception. Plant number 10, Snowberry. It is sold across America as a wildlife garden staple, $10 to $25, zones 3 through 7, and every winter it produces clusters of pure white berries, so plump and candy, like that every child who sees them reaches for them instinctively without a single moment of hesitation. Part shade to full sun, average soil, low maintenance. The tag says nothing more. What the ASPCA Toxic Plant Database confirms about those white berries is something every parent and grandparent with this shrub in their yard needs to know before the first frost arrives this season. Night-Blooming Jasmine contains atropine and solanine compounds confirmed by Gardenia.net, making it one of the very few garden plants whose fragrance alone causes dizziness, headaches, and nausea in sensitive individuals sitting nearby without any ingestion required. At $10 to $30, it is placed on outdoor dining patios and sleeping area borders across zones 9 through 11 with 0% toxicity warning at any point of sale. The mistake most American homeowners make is positioning it directly beside outdoor seating, dining, or sleeping areas where concentrated evening fragrance exposure is unavoidable for hours. That placement has produced documented complaints of dizziness and headaches in families who never connected the symptoms to the plant beside them. The safe swap is Confederate jasmine, Trachelospermum jasminoides, same intense white fragrance, same climbing elegant form, zones 8 through 11 zero toxic compounds, and available at every American garden center right now. Beautyberry gives you the same dramatic winterberry display, vivid purple clusters, so striking that every visitor stops to ask what it is. Native, non-toxic, zero poison control risk. And the last plant on this list is decorated with a Christmas bow in virtually every American front yard right now. And the ASPCA and National Poison Control both document the same ingestion pattern every single December, without exception. Plant number 11, Holly Christmas Landscaping Standard, in virtually every American front yard, $15 to $60, zones 3 through 9, bright red berries against glossy dark leaves, every December, and most homeowners in their 50s and 60s have grown it for holiday decoration for years, without reading past the tag. Full sun, well, drained soil, low maintenance. The tag ends there. What both the ASPCA and National Poison Control have documented about those red berries every single December is a pattern every American family needs to understand right now. Holly berries contain theobromine and saponins, confirmed toxic by ASPCA and National Poison Control, causing vomiting, diarrhea, and lethargy in children who ingest even a small number, with ER cases documented every December in a pattern poison control tracks annually. At $15 to $60, it sits in virtually every American front yard, with berries falling within reach of every child throughout the entire holiday season. The mistake most families make is allowing fallen berries to remain accessible on the ground during the full holiday season without removal. That single oversight produces the same documented ER pattern every December without exception. The safe swap is winterberry holly, Ilex verticillata, same stunning red display, native, zones 3 through 9, dramatically safer, available at every American nursery now. Winterberry holly gives you the same breathtaking red berry display every December, native, dramatically safer, and every bit as stunning as the Christmas standard it replaces. And the last plant on this list is on millions of American patios right now, and it is one of the very few plants confirmed to cause dizziness through fragrance alone. Plant number 12, Night-Blooming Jasmine. It is sold across zones 9 through 11 as the premium outdoor fragrance plant for patios and dining areas, $10 to $30, and its white star flowers release such an intensely beautiful scent every evening that most American homeowners place it directly beside their outdoor seating without a single reservation. Full sun, average soil, moderate water. The tag ends there. What Gardenia.net documents about this plant, and what makes it unlike almost every other plant on today's list, is that ingestion is not required for it to affect the people sitting closest to it every single evening. Night-Blooming Jasmine contains atropine and solanine compounds confirmed by Gardenia.net, making it one of the very few garden plants whose fragrance alone causes dizziness, headaches, and nausea in sensitive individuals sitting nearby without any ingestion required. At $10 to $30, it is placed on outdoor dining patios and sleeping area borders across zones 9 through 11, with 0% toxicity warning at any point of sale. The mistake most American homeowners make is positioning it directly beside outdoor seating, dining, or sleeping areas where concentrated evening fragrance exposure is unavoidable for hours. That placement has produced documented complaints of dizziness and headaches in families who never connected the symptoms to the plant beside them. The safe swap is Confederate jasmine, Trachelospermum jasminoides, same intense white fragrance, same climbing elegant form, zones 8 through 11 zero toxic compounds, and available at every American garden center right now. Confederate jasmine gives you the same intense white evening fragrance, the same climbing patio elegance, and zero dizziness risk for every family member seated beside it all evening. You just identified all 12 plants, and for every single one on today's list, there is a safer swap, just as beautiful, most native, all available at your local nursery this weekend. 3 things about these garden plants that almost no source puts in one place. Mountain laurel honey carries grayanotoxin, a poisoning mechanism first recorded by Greek soldier Xenophon in 401 BC, still sold at every East Coast American nursery today, with zero warning label at point of sale. Giant hogweed sap plus direct sunlight triggers furanocoumarin phototoxic burns, confirmed by FDA public advisory, chemical damage serious enough to scar and persist for months, and it spreads into American yards entirely uninvited at zero purchase cost. Holly follows the same documented ER admission pattern every single December. Theobromine and saponins, confirmed by National Poison Control, the same red berries decorated with Christmas bows, sending children to hospital every holiday season across America. Dieffenbachia earned its punishment name from calcium oxalate crystals that cause temporary inability to speak, confirmed by ASPCA, sitting at child height in millions of American living rooms right now with zero warning. Here is exactly where to begin. Zone to plants to dollar. Right now. Here is exactly where to begin. Zone to plants $2. Zones 3 through 5. Replace Mountain Laurel with Fothergilla at $15 to $30. Hydrangea with Smooth Hydrangea at $10 to $35. Burning Bush with Sweet Spire at $15 to $40. And Holly with Winterberry Holly at $15 to $45. Every swap costs the same or less. Every one is native, and every one eliminates a confirmed hospital-level risk from your yard this planting season. Zones 6 through 11. Replace Dieffenbachia with Calathea at $10 to $35. Night-Blooming Jasmine with Confederate Jasmine at $10 to $30. Snowberry with Beautyberry at $15 to $35. And Privet with Aronia at $10 to $35. Every swap native, every swap zero toxicity. Miss this planting window, and every one of these confirmed hospital-level risks stays in your yard for another full season. You just identified 12 plants most American homeowners have in their yards right now with zero warning labels. 12 confirmed hospital-level risks and 12 safer swaps. Just as beautiful. All available this weekend. If this video protected your family today, hit like now. That one click tells us this research matters. Drop the plant that shocked you most in the comments right now and tell us your zone. Which safe swap are you making in your yard this spring? Subscribe to Planter Lab. The growers who know what not to grow are the ones who protect their families every single season. And we add to that knowledge every single week.